they'll chop this video all up or the audio to make it work. So all right, welcome back to the Real Money Coach Show here on Praise 100.9. My name is Tony Jackson. I am your host, the Real Money Coach. And listen, as I told you in the first part of the segment, man, I am boiling over with excitement. Hang on. We got some feedback coming back. I'm sorry, Jay.
All good.
We're going to get rid of that. All right, here we go. All right, here we go again. Welcome back to the Real Money Coach Show here on Praise 100.9, Charlotte's Inspiration Station. As I told you in the beginning of the show, I'm super excited. I had heard so much about Mr. Real Estate, King Jay Morrison. I'd heard so much about him. My kids follow him on Instagram and all the social media and all this type of stuff. And then I got to see him and meet him in person at Dr. Boyce Watkins All Black National Convention right here in Charlotte. So I have him on the line with us. Jay, how you doing this morning?
Hey, peace, family. I am great. I'm amazing. I am blessed and highly favored.
Man, let me tell you something. I was just blown away at your presentation at the All Black National Conference here in the Queen City in Charlotte. And the thing about it, where they did me wrong, Jay, is they put me up after you. I'm like, how am I gonna follow Mr. Real Estate?
You did your
Jay
thing,
Morrison?
though, man. I stayed behind. You did your thing. I was tapped in, so it was power on power.
Man, listen, I loved it. Great event. So, man, tell our listeners who may not be familiar with Jay Morrison. Who's Jay Morrison?
Yeah, I think most consider Jay Morrison a pioneer in real estate and financial literacy in the community. A 20-year veteran in the business, but I brought financial literacy and real estate online in 2012 and did it in a lot of creative ways that really opened up the culture's minds to things that we normally haven't been exposed to. And then I just didn't want to, be an online influencer. We took that to the next level by founding and pioneering the largest Black-owned real estate crowd fund in the history of America, the Tulsa Real Estate Fund, where we practice group economics and bring families together to raise capital, to redistribute that capital back into our community. So I'm a bit of a economic activist, real estate revolutionary. And I think the biggest part of that is all a part of my testimony of, conquering and pioneering in this industry, despite 3 felonies by 21, despite being a high school dropout, despite no college education. I've been able to make, major moves in business and in activism within our community. And so just leading by example and just being hopefully some kind of beacon of hope or light for our people.
Man, it is so awesome. And, you say despite, I'm like, because of, right?
Right. Because of.
Yeah, because of, man. And you've done some things and encouraged a lot of people. And when I heard I'd read about you, I heard about your testimony, and then to actually see you in action as you were talking about some of the things that you guys went through in terms of establishing the fund and how it was tried to be shut down and all those type of things. I thought it was amazing to me, the things that you're doing, because I think you mentioned you raised like how much money in like 24 hours? It was like a ridiculous amount.
Yeah, we launched, and I think it was like a little over $6 million in our first 24 or 48 hours. And overall, we raised over 11.5 million with 15,000 families from 22 countries.
Man, that again, that's amazing. And so, Jay, if someone's listening today and maybe they're discouraged on this Saturday morning, right? Maybe they couldn't sleep last night. That's why they're up at 7:30 or whatever the case is. If you were talking to someone that's feeling discouraged about the trajectory of their finances and wanting to be a homeowner, just a homeowner, not even an investor, what words of encouragement would you give them this morning?
The first thing that jumps out is just decisions and intentionality. Do it on purpose. If you want to be a homeowner, then make owning a home something you do on purpose. So that might mean less birthday gifts. It might mean less Christmas. It might mean less eating out and just reorganizing your priorities. But we literally can excel financially if we do it on purpose. My mom brought us from being a family, 6 of us in a 2-bedroom on government assistance, and bought our first family home in 1999 because she was just intentional about it. And that home appreciated in value $100,000 in under 4 years. Was the first 6 figures of family wealth we ever seen. And so if you want to create that kind of legacy for your family, you just got to be really intentional about it, make better decisions, and do it on purpose.
Man, that's dope. And speaking of legacy, man, I thought this was amazing too, because when you spoke at the conference, you had your grandparents there, your
Yep.
parents, you, and I think it's your daughter. Is it daughter or
Yep.
son?
So our
So
daughter.
4 generations, and we always talk about generational wealth, but we ain't talking to the other generations, you know,
Right.
about it and what does that really mean. And so, I thought that was amazing example, not just of talking the talk, but walking the walk, having them there in the room, because we got to be in the room, right? We got to be at the table in order to
Right.
learn some of these things. So, man, listen, I know that you stepped out of something that you're attending there, and condolences to your bishop. But what can people expect when they tune in Tuesday? What is some of give us one nugget that people will walk away with when they tune in and watch the show on Tuesday?
Well, one thing we're going to unpack is why we all have to be intentional about land ownership, about real estate ownership, from a perspective of finance, of power, of control, even it being biblical, just the importance of land. Because every listener that's hearing our voices right now, I can guarantee you are sitting in or on some real estate, whether it's their home, whether they're in a restaurant, a coffee shop, whether they're in the hospital listening to this, or even in prison. They're all in real estate. And whoever owns the most land wins. And so we're going to talk about how we can own more, build more legacy, and build more wealth using the world's oldest industry, and that is the land itself.
Listen, you guys are hearing it straight from Mr. Real Estate himself, King Jay Morrison. Jay, thank you so much for being taking time out this morning to be a part of the Real Money Coach Show. And we're looking forward to just unpacking and sharing this information with our audience come Tuesday evening at 8 p.m. Eastern Time, the Real Money Coach on Facebook and YouTube.